Ladies and gentlemen, today we are back here again, and this is the next episode of Battle of the Earphones. And with that, today we're going to talk to you about the final A4000, which we featured on the last battle video, which I guess you guys are still quite familiar with it, and also the Moondrop Aria 2021. Let's go! So now first let me just have a quick refresher on the Final Audio A4000. Now the Final Audio A4000 has a F-Core driver unit which Final specially created for the A4000 and A3000. The A4000 is basically almost a splitting image of the Final A1000, the flagship. The shape of it is almost the same except that it's made of plastic rather than metal. It features 2-pin. And with that, let's move on to the Moondrop Aria 2021. I haven't reviewed this on PPTV yet. This is the Moondrop Aria 2021, but let me just give you a quick overview of this earphone. Now, the Moondrop Aria 2021 features a liquid crystal polymer diaphragm. I think this is 10mm, and it also has a metal chassis, and it comes with a rather nice braided cloth cable. And I'm going to talk to you with regards to sound next and how these two stack up against each other. Now, moving back to the A4000, let's talk about sound. The A4000 sound DNA, on the whole, it's a very natural, neutral sounding earphone. It's not your usual V-shape that is very popular these days. With regards to bass, the bass of the Final A4000 is tight, quick and fast. Now, it will not give you rumbliness or head imploding bass. This is not a earphone for you, but rather it actually features very quick, jabby-like bass that is very nimble and precise. Moving on to mid-range, the A4000 is also a little different from what is offered these days. You actually get emphasis on mid-highs. Mid-range sounds very focused and concise. It's also very rather fast sounding, and in terms of treble frequencies, the A4000 extends really well and it's in no way harsh to my ears. Next, moving on to the Moondrop Aria 2021. Let's start with the sound DNA of the Arias. The Arias are basically V-shaped sounding earphones, and now the bass quantity of the Arias is definitely more than the Final A4000. So you can actually feel bass impact rather well. And in terms of speed, I think that the A4000 has an edge with regards to resolution and speed of bass, but what you get in return with listening to Arias is you get a sense of warmth and a sense of scale when it comes to bass. They generally have a lot of bass, and when bass hits, you will feel it. Next, mid-range. Mid-range is where I think the biggest difference between the two earphones are at. Now, the Arias actually have a very warm, lush, liquid type of sound. When you listen to people singing, you can actually hear the halo of harmonics around the tones. So I really like this sort of sound. It really sounds very enjoyable. In terms of detail, I think that they do not have as much detail as the A4000, but sometimes detail isn't everything. The Arias, on the other hand, has a very lovely sound that I think many people would enjoy. And lastly, talking about treble of the Arias, they do not extend as well as the A4000, but they are rather polite, and it actually sounds rather interesting. Now, moving the direction back to the A4000, with regards to soundstage, I think between the two, the A4000 has better soundstage because of its signature, because it's a more natural, neutral signature. The sense of space and positioning is done better here. You can really hear the scale on how wide a piece of music is and how tall. Pinpoint precision positioning is also available on the A4000. Okay, next would be the soundstage of the Arias. Now, I mentioned that the A4000 has the better soundstage, but if you really like the Arias, please do not despair. Soundstage of Arias is also good, but it's just on a different scale. Because of its mild V-shaped signature, soundstage sounds a bit more intimate compared to the A4000. You still get a very good sense of positioning with the Arias. You can really tell where the instruments are, but in terms of width and height, I think the A4000 has the edge. So if you're the type of person that wants details at a rather affordable price, I think the A4000 is the way to go. It sounds really reference-like for its price point, and I don't think that this is a very common signature at this price point. The Arias, on the other hand, they do not have the same level of resolution as the A4000, but you know, sometimes resolution isn't everything. I think in terms of tonality, the warmth of the Arias is really, really charming, and it is definitely a great buy. Between the two, I cannot decide which I like better, and really, you should make up your own mind on which do you prefer. Either way, they're both great earphones. Thank you very much for watching PPTV this week, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Hopefully you like this new format where I, have earphone PKs, and yeah, thank you very much, and hope to see you guys very soon. And also, if you like the content, please kindly like and subscribe. There's the button down there, please press it, and if you see the bell icon, please press it as well, so you'll be updated on the latest videos. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys soon. I got to swap to the next one because I realized I wasn't holding the Arias. Hold the Arias.
You short-circuited for a while.
I know, but it's okay. I'll just